Brand new contributor, NFL legend Drew Brees joins us now here on First Take. Drew, so great to have you with us here this morning. I know you know a thing or two. I know you know a thing or two about Monday Night Football, so why don't we get into what happened last night in Baltimore? The Lions went into Baltimore on Monday night and basically ran the Ravens out of their own building. Detroit rushed for 224 yards, 4 touchdowns. They sacked Lamar Jackson a career high 7 times. To add insult to injury, of course, there was the Derrick Henry fumble. He's now fumbled 3 times in 3 games. Lions 38, Ravens 30. The head coach, Dan Campbell, was in a happy mood after the game. Here he was.
Hey, listen, we did exactly what we said we needed to do, play complimentary freaking football, man. When we needed it most, every phase picked up the slack, man. That's how you win games against teams like that, man. And now you know what the barometer is like on the AFC.
So he's hyped and he's not wrong, obviously, Drew. But the question to you is now, were you more impressed with what the Lions and Dan Campbell were able to do, or the way the Ravens lost that game? Were you more disappointed in the Ravens?
First off, how do you not just absolutely love Dan Campbell? God, I love that guy. I mean, that team is a direct representation of him. Let's not forget 2 years ago, the Lions went into Baltimore and got absolutely waxed, right? It was like 45-10 or something like that. Baltimore just hit them in the mouth. So going into this game, I know exactly what the message was all week. It's like, we are going to do to them what they don't think we're capable of. We are going to run the football, and we're going to have an outstanding defensive plan for Lamar Jackson. Bottom line is, when you play against that Ravens offense, you have to be able to stop the run with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. But the most impressive thing is, as you watch that game unfold, the way that they defended him in the pass game. They showed a 4 or 5-man rush every time, but at the snap of the ball, they would drop one guy into coverage, and then they would drop another guy just as a spot. Literally sitting right over the center, standing there waiting for Lamar to start to scramble, and they just bottled him up every time, hence the 7 sacks. But I think just the way they were able to control the game with the run, and then pull out the tricks when needed, right? Sure enough, here's that, critical 3rd down red zone option play that they want to run to Amon-Ra, which, by the way, 2019 Saints against the Chicago Bears, go look it up. It was the exact same play. Johnny Morton was a part of that Saints staff. And then you get the little sell it run action on that 4th down at the end of the game, after they had just been pounding them with that run, you lure them closer, and they hit them. So it was just a masterful game plan, but then also execution by the Lions.
Drew, I get where you're coming from. No argument there, but let's talk about the Ravens on this side. Yeah, Derrick Henry fumbling the ball. I don't think we can depend on that happening too often. They'll fix that. Lamar Jackson is who the hell he is. He'll fix that. This defense, I don't even recognize them. And that's what I want you to speak about. What are you seeing from a Ravens defense giving up 224 yards rushing? I mean, getting pushed around, smacked around, giving up 41 points to Buffalo, 38 to Detroit last night. This is not something that is religiously associated with the Baltimore Ravens. What's going on with them? What do you see as a quarterback going on with the Baltimore Ravens defense right now?
Yeah, look, the Ravens defense has always struck fear into people, and they do it with their multiple looks. They do it with their pressure packages. They're a little bit of a live by the blitz, die by the blitz. In most cases, it's really effective for them. I think so far this season, it's been something that's unfortunately allowed them to give up a lot of big plays. Now, the run game part of it is probably the part that drives them the most nuts, because you have to have a great run defense so that you force teams into those 3rd and long yardage situations, those obvious passing downs where pass rushers pin their ears back. You can give them all the multiple pressure looks. So first and foremost, that's where I think they faltered as a defense, is they have not been able to stop the run. They have to get back to that so that all the other stuff works out for them in their style of defense.
But the problem, Drew, I feel like, and we talked about this earlier here on First Take, was the fact that everyone knew that the Lions were going to keep rushing the football, and the Ravens had no adjustment. There was no way for them to slow it down throughout the entirety of the game.
Well, a lot of the run play that they're running is a play we call duo or punch. And basically, it's a bunch of double teams up front, and they wash the running back to the strong safety, who's Kyle Hamilton. And Kyle Hamilton is as good a player as there is in the NFL. But the Lions would short motion a receiver to go block him, and now you force the corner to make the tackle. We talked about it all the time in our meetings. Make corners tackle. That's not what they're paid to do. They're paid to cover, right? They're not paid to tackle. So make the corners tackle, and that's exactly what they did. And all of a sudden you break one tackle and you get a big play, or you're able to set up play action off of that as well.
You know, let's transition to the conversation about quarterbacks. So when we look at Lamar Jackson, clearly he can do better, but obviously he's still Lamar Jackson. He's still electrifying. Who's playing the best at the quarterback position this season thus far in the eyes of Drew Brees?
Look, it's a great question. I think Jordan Love is playing outstanding. I think Dak Prescott is playing outstanding. I think Josh Allen's playing outstanding.
Pause, Drew. Did you just say Jordan Love of the Packers?
And Dak Prescott's the follow?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And Dak Prescott, I'm gonna give him a pass. But Jordan Love, after what you just saw against Cleveland?
Yeah, you know what? He's gonna be just fine.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite young quarterbacks in this league right now. I think before it's all said and done, that Packers team, obviously, in my mind, they're a favorite. In my mind, they're a favorite to go and win it all. I think they've got all the weapons. You have to defend every blade of grass against the Packers, and I can't say that for every team. With his big arm, the way I love their offensive scheme, the way they run the ball, the weapons that they have in the vertical passing game, the way they attack the middle with the tight ends. I love Jordan Love and the Packers. Yes, they're my top three for sure.
Drew, you're new to the show, man. And I love you. I've known you for years. I got to tell you, though, man, I usually wait a few minutes before I get on somebody. You do realize that you mentioned these dudes before you mentioned Jalen Hurts. You do know that, right?
Yes, I do.
And you did it on purpose.
I can't. Hey, I respect Philly. They are winning games. They're finding a way to win games. I can't stand to watch that offense. It's the most boring offense.
Wow. You should have seen Stephen A's face when you started with Jordan Love and then followed up with Dak Prescott. He was going to be like, did he hear the question?
And did you hear what he just said? He said, I can't stand Philly's offense. They're boring.
Who cares?
Wow.
They're winning. That's okay.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this.
Hey, we're in week 3. We're gonna be on every week. Let's just see how this thing plays out.
Okay. I mean, is that your way to can boring win the Super Bowl championship? Can boring repeat?
Hey, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, so
that's the toughest division of football too. Let's see how it plays out.
Really? Is it?
Hey, look, if CeeDee Lamb could catch a post route in week 1, then Cowboys have them beat.
That's true.
That's fair.
Well,
let's take it to the most competitive division in football. Let's stay in the NFC East here because now the Giants are faced with a decision. The Giants are maybe, we hear from Brian Dable, possibly going to make a switch at quarterback. Russell Wilson just has not got the job done. They're 0-3 now. We hear chants, start Jackson Dart. I mean, you've seen this song and dance before. Do you think week 3, when you're about to go up against a very good Chargers team, is a good time to put the new rookie in?
Here's the thing. Not only have I seen this song and dance, I experienced this song and dance. Like I was benched 3 times earlier in my career in situations just like that. I think the mistake that was made is why did you not put in Jackson Dart at the end of that game? It was obvious that things had stalled out on offense. They weren't able to manufacture anything or get anything going. It was the perfect time to create a spark with